Good morning. This is Seeker the Scuffed coming at you live with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I left you guys sitting around in that little starting screen for a while, didn't I? And I wasn't even doing anything important. I was just jamming out to the music that you guys could not hear. As long as we draw breath, the wheel of fate turns. Spinning big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops, you die. Oh man, my voice is a bit raspy on that last one. That's alright. We're just getting warmed up. We just started. Now, to preface this case, I remember this one vaguely. Much more vaguely compared to last. Which means by the time we get to the next one, it'll be almost entirely out of my mind. But for this one, I don't remember enjoying it all that much. There are a few instances that I particularly recall not enjoying, but I don't remember anything besides those instances, really. So we'll just see how this plays out. One thing that is certain, though, is that I am going to struggle with these voices because I believe there are two child characters and one young adult female, and I think I have already expressed how difficult those voices are for me to do. But we'll just go with it, see how it goes, as I keep saying. So let's start this out. 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. Yeah, I'll admit it, I was screwed. But even when I hit bottom, I told myself I'd never come here. Honest. Here, being the legendary Wright & Co. law offices. Okay, Justice, time to stop trembling. Ah, you must be here. Oh, wait, voice. Ah, you must be here for the interview. Right this way. I think that's the voice I gave her last time. Huh? Hello there. You found the right place. Welcome. Uh, uh, what's with this girl? Well now, shall we begin? Begin what? Right. First things first. Any special talents? Talents? Yes, well, you must have at least one. Well, I guess defending? Defending? An unusual talent, but it'll do. Well, a little jazzing up, of course. You think so? Let's give it a go, shall we? I feel like I'm just giving her like a pitched up version of my voice. And she's gonna be around for this whole game, so I don't know if I want to do that. Let's give it a go, shall we? We'll go with it. Huh? Go ahead, show me, defend. Just give it all you've got. Don't hold back now. What are you talking about? I can't just defend here. First lesson, a professional can perform anywhere. Thanks. We want people to be laughing with us, not at us. Thanks. But I'm not sure why they would be laughing at all. What? What exactly do you think you came here to do? What? Defend, no? Excuse me, but do you know where you are? Huh? The Wright & Co. law offices, right? Oh. I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first. Look, look, what's going on here? Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge. Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes. Mistakes? But I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning. Perhaps you should go read the sign out front again? What's there to read? Look, it says right there. Oh. Why does it say Wright Talent Agency? Welcome to the Wright Talent Agency, where you're always come to the right place. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician. It all came flooding back. The trial. That girl. Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. Ah, this whole animation again. That's right, she's my daughter. And more flashbacks of me to voice. Ah, how terrible. Trucy, right. Here, check out our flyer. So, what's your name? Apollo. Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Oh, look at the new UI. I don't remember this. Oh, that I suppose in the original it was on DS, wasn't it? So all this was on the bottom screen, which is why it looks different now. Man, that is unusual, eh? Alright, well, let's get to talking. So, is this really a talent agency? You bet. Daddy started it 7 years ago when he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now. 2 people. Does that include you? Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows. Paid, too. I am a professional, you know. Right. Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see. Oh, and the other personality he represents is... Phoenix Wright, pianist extraordinaire. Oh, okay. I get it, yep. I just stumbled my words a bit. Your dad, in other words. Didn't he say he couldn't play the piano? Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Why, there are many magicians who can't do magic. At least they're optimistic, I'll give you that. So you're Phoenix Wright's daughter? That's right. After Daddy quit law 7 years ago, I promised I would keep him fed. So I'm kind of his sugar daddy, get it? No. Not at all. I'm in charge of his whole office, too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15, wouldn't you agree? But 15? How old is Mr. Wright? Daddy? Oh, he's 33 this year. I'm sure there's a good explanation. I hope. About Mr. Wright giving up law. It was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it? Eh? You know about that? Not the details. I remember the news, though. It was a big deal. So I hear. I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Daddy about it next time I get a chance. Daddy. Right. That reminds me, about Mr. Wright. He gave me a call this morning to come in. Daddy's not here right now. He's in the hospital. The hospital? Yeah, he's on strict bed rest until he gets better. What? Okay. Which hospital is Mr. Wright in? I'll pay him a visit. Oh, the Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close. Right, well, I'll be going now, and I'll, give this showbiz gig some thought, okay? Wait, I'll go with you. Alright, now that we're in a transition, I think I should note, this is going to be a bit of a shorter stream today. I don't know if we'll get all the way... Well, no, we're definitely not getting all the way to the trial start, because we had to get the investigation first, and I believe this investigation has quite a bit of Actually, no, I know for a fact that this investigation has quite a bit of tutorial in it. There's going to be some familiar faces, and a lot of familiar mechanics, not necessarily from the previous game, but from the bonus trial from the DS remakes. Anyways, let's head into it. Head back into it. So, this is Mr. Wright's hospital. Oh, right, this guy. Visitors are ya? Yeah, are you the doctor? Yep, Dr. Hickfield's the name. Yeah. Good morning, doctor. Oh, hiya there, Trucy. Cute as ever. Is this Daddy's room? Oh yeah, Seppi gone for a morning checkup. Be back soon. How are you, Miss Trucy? Got any places you'd like examined? In case you guys were wondering, this guy was in the previous games, and this is his entire character. Also, I don't think he's actually a doctor. Doctor, the nurse was looking for you. Why, if it isn't Daddy, you're the cutest little thing in town. I guess I'll be off then. Later, Trucy. Wow, what an odd bird that guy was. Good morning. Didn't expect to see you so soon, Apollo. Mr. Wright. And look at this, we got the little conversation jams going on now that we're no longer in the office. Oh, I should have inspected the office. Oh, well, it's fine. We'll be there plenty of times. We can inspect it later. So, what happened? Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run. You were hit by a car? Oh, he tried to swerve. I'll give him that. Picture me tossed 30 feet through the air, only stopping when my head hit the telephone pole. You hit a telephone pole with your head? Are you okay? Thankfully, my only injury was a sprained ankle. He really is as lucky as they say. About Druzy, there's something that, well, it just doesn't sit right. I can't just believe you had a daughter, Mr. Wright. And she's so big. Not fat, but, you know what I mean. Oh, Druzy's still a child. Daddy, how many times do I have to remind you? I'm not a child anymore. Haha. But you'll always be Daddy's little baby girl to me, Druzy. He added an extra adjective there. Feels a bit off. Haha, my foot. I'm not buying it. Oh, something you should know about Druzy. She's a magician. Oh, she's a magician, right? She told me. Not a mere stage magician. She's a genius. Aw, Daddy. Oh man, that does not sound right coming out of my mouth. I'm gonna have to do that so many times. Oh, and that just reminded me of what comes up in this trial. I don't want to do that. I don't want to voice all that, but I have to. I must. This is the commitment I have made. If you do not know what I'm talking about, you will find out. Probably, let's see, what time's I had a stream? Probably early next week. You'll soon come to appreciate her talent. You could just tell me things instead of insinuating them. So, why did you contact me? What could the Wright Talent Agency possibly want with me? No need to get prickly now. Hey, I didn't ask to be dragged in like this. Huh? But didn't you come to the office of your own free will anyway? Well, yeah, of course. Help, we're in big trouble here at the office. Big. I thought someone was dying. So, you don't think this is big trouble? My talent agency represents only 2 people, and one of them is in the hospital. That's right, Daddy. How are we gonna pay this month's rent? And the groceries? Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation. It's a symbiotic relationship. When one of us falls, the other 2 must fall. Hey, this isn't exactly a suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old kid. In any case, if Apollo here can't help you, you'll have to transfer to a new school. Again. No, I can't. I only just made friends. How could you do this to me? To us, Polly? Huh? What? Now it's my fault? On that note, how about you come work for us? I've got the perfect client for you already lined up. A client? You mean I get to do my job? I get to defend in court? Alright, I'll hear what you have to say. You got him, Daddy. Hook, line, and sinker. Haha. Now it's time to reel him in. I mixed their voices there. We'll try to avoid this, but I noticed this last time. I've been sort of mixing Phoenix and Apollo's voices together because the anime voice, it's very easy to blend it with others because it's just like a basic bit of a rasp. It's official. I'm scared. So about our client. Okay, alright, so who's the client? Ah, yes, here, take a look at the map and I'll explain. Last night, I left the office just before 9 o'clock. I was going to that Indochine pasta joint, Al Dente's. I play piano there, of course. That's when it happened. The car sent me flying, nicked a telephone pole, and zoomed away. Creepy, huh? Just a tad. It's almost as creepy as hearing you tell the story like it was no big deal. The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck. Huh? You wanted a client, didn't you? Well, I'm your client. Find the guy who knocked me into that telephone pole. Well, hold on. I'm a defense attorney, not a detective. Don't worry. Once you found the guy, I intend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in court. I'm not a prosecutor either. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. I'm going home. Don't get so worked up. It was just a joke. Huh? Oh, Daddy. Sorry, Apollo. He just loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't very funny. Your real client should be stopping by the office any time now. The office. The office. You mean the talent agency? No harm in going. It's not like I have anything else to do. One more thing. Do look into my accident too, would you? I'll mark the scene of the tragedy on this map. It's right in front of this park. Should be easy to find. So he's gonna make me investigate this after all. And there we go. I'm gonna mute for a second so I can clear my throat. Ah, there we go. Maybe I should have done some vocal warm-ups before this. I feel weird doing that before this. This is a very informal, casual setting. Anyway, I don't really intend to do the dialogue or any of these things, but I think I should point out we have, of course, the grape juice, the little piano horse practice, and a lot of copies of what is probably the Steel Samurai from the first game and all of its sequels. Yeah, and that seems about the only notable things in here. So let's move on back to the talent agency. Find our client. Ah, I think I've just remembered who the client is as well. The voice. Okay, another female voice, I believe. Okay, we'll wing it this time. See what we get. Hey, hey, hey! How long do you plan on making me wait, eh? Oh, wait, is this a different character? I think it is. Ah, good morning. It is, okay. Hey there, Trucy. Okay, wait. Hey there. Nope. We're not trying to make him sound suave. We're trying to make him sound old. How do I make him sound old? I don't know. I think it's quite clear by now. My range on voices is not that huge. Let's see. Let's see. Water first. Hey there, Trucy doll. Sounds like your pops had a bit of a rough spot, eh? I think with his little accent, I think that could work. All's well that ends well, I guess. This is our client? Hey, so this is that Apollo fellow, eh? Oh, yes. The name's Apollo. Look at him here. Arms all crossed like that, ready to fight. Yes, sir. You don't mean that literally, do you? The boss told me what I need, right? Don't let me down, Apollo. Don't worry about your defense, sir. I'm on it. Defense? Your noodle half-cooked? It's too late for defense. My castle's been stormed, my keep's been kept, my noodle sand's been stolen. Noodle? You know Mr. Eldoon from the noodle stand, don't ya, Polly? Oh, I messed up there. Is there a way to increase text speed? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. Unless I can scroll? Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with the text speed. No nicknames, please. And also, no, of course I don't know him. You know in these parts? Not really. Then you know the best noodles in town, Eldoon's Noodles. Whose noodles? My noodles. They help me out here, Trucy doll. This is Mr. Guy Eldoon, our client. Maybe you can tell us what the problem is, Mr. Eldoon. Anything for you, Trucy doll. And heads up, we are going to be hearing that one little riff on the harmonica, or not a riff, but the little tune on the harmonica many, many, many times in this chapter. And as I recall, the chapter, I believe, goes for the full 3 days of the allowed time. Unless I'm misremembering, which I most certainly could be. Now then, before we get to you, I want to just for old time's sake, let's inspect the plant. Charles, or Charlie, I forget. Ah, don't touch Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie? He's been in this office much longer than I have. Oh man, I really started mixing their voices together. Natty's mentor had a great fondness. And my voice cracked? Whoa, back to back. Okay, water time then. Man, didn't realize I'd be having that issue this early on. Or maybe it's precisely because this early on. I haven't been speaking much at all today. In fact, I didn't do anything, I really. Mostly just laid around. Since, well, you know, we all have days like that where we don't have anything planned to do, nothing we need to do. And even if they're rare, they do exist, and I'm quite content with doing nothing. Now, let's get back to this. Daddy's mentor had a great fondness for Mr. Charlie. He's lived here since Daddy was a rookie attorney. Huh, Mr. Charlie. Right. Now I take care of him. Okay, now back to the business at hand. Who's this guy? So, you run a noodle stand, Mr. Eldoon. Guy Eldoon's the name, and noodles are my game. The secret's in the soup. Been searching for the perfect soup for a year and a half. Oh, that's not that long, really. My family's been a noodle men for generations. Got a lot of expectations on my shoulders. 15 fathers passing the noodle to 15 sons. That's a pretty old noodle. Aye, and the fool that I was, I pushed it away. I rebelled against my pops and I picked another livelihood, but that didn't turn out so well. Oh, there was no denying it. Salty broth runs through these veins, boy. So, it was like destiny that you became what you are. Right. Destiny's the word. Oh, I fought it. But in the end, I was bound to the twisted noodle of fate. Not a mental image I care to linger on. So, last year I started my noodle stand. The 15th generation of Eldoon's noodles. So tell me more about Eldoon's noodles. You don't know the genius that are my noodles? I make them so salty, why, they're saltier than salt! Now I really don't want to find out. Daddy's a regular at his noodle stand. He frequented my pops' stand back during his attorney days, too. Yep, him and his assistant. I'm sorry, I'm sure I'll be sure to drop by your stand soon. Wish you could, Sonny. Eh? Heck, I wish I could. I'd give anything for a bowl about now. So what do you mean? Wrong voice. What do you mean? It was stolen. My stand. Gone. Stolen? It was last night. I was doing my rounds, blowing my whistle, which is clearly a harmonica. Oh, I could go get my harmonica. No, we won't do that. I can barely play the thing. It's like ice cream trucks. It's like an ice cream. It's like an ice cream trucks. Okay, okay, what's going on with me? Is it because I started talking about the harmonica and voice? No, of course not. I'm just making excuses. Let's go back into it. It's like an ice cream truck's bell, but louder. He even gets complaints. You know, I think that might be worst delivery so far. I'm not going to redo that. But also, I think this is... What ice cream truck has a bell? Come on. Really? Now you're just trying to butter me up. That sounded more like blues than a whistle. I closed up my stand for the night and parked by the house. Then, this morning, dark and early, it was gone. My keep, my castle. Oh. Oh. Maybe some bum carted it off? Just guessing here. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there, too. That's the saddest thing I've heard all day. You know it. Anyhow, that's the deal. Good luck. Good... Huh? Wait. What exactly is your request? My noodle stand. Find it. And the day you bring my baby back, the day you feast on as many noodles as you want. Of course, I make it so hot and salty 2 bowls kill a man. Then I'd really need defense. Speaking of defense, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer, not a detective. This is where I live. You drop by if you need any info, okay? Get it back today if you can, Apollo. I got noodles to make. Things have certainly taken a turn for the bizarre. You know, I think I maybe not. I'm not sure if I should bring the harmonica out. Not certainly not today. I don't even know where it is right now. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll record something for it. I don't know. We'll we'll see how it plays out. Not in game. I keep saying that, but like in real life. Traffic accidents and noodle stand thieves. Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you about too, Apollo. Huh? I have a bad feeling about this. Ah, listen to the lady's problems now. Don't be cruel. I lost something last night. That is, something was stolen. Hey, what's this? More thieving and skullduggery? Well, someone stole a pair of my panties. Panties? And now you see, this is one of the things that I recall not enjoying about the trial, because this sort of humor just doesn't click with me. Certainly, I can go with dirty jokes, right? Dark humor, whatever. I'm fine with that, but this, like the way they go about handling this, from what I recall, just doesn't work for me. But we'll voice that through anyway. So they were, stolen. Your, my panties. Yes. Right. Panties. That's a crying shame, that is, Trucy Doll. I was alone in the office last night. I hung my panties out the window there to dry. When a thief came and took them, my favorite panties, I ran after him. Give those back, I shouted. Wait! Well, that was certainly brave of you. But I lost him. Without those panties, I don't know what I'll do. A darn crying shame. Yep. Well, at least the scene of the crime is convenient. I'll mark it on your map. I'll be heading home now. Remember, find my stand or there's an empty bowl in your future, Apollo. Right. And you better help out Trucy Doll here, too, you hear? Things have certainly picked up, haven't they? We had no work yesterday, and now we have 3 cases. I guess. Let's see where we stand. Not in a courtroom, that's where. Well, the first item on our list... Phoenix Wright. Daddy's hit-and-run accident. You have to find the one who hit him. Who's going to pay us for this again? And the second item... Mr. Eldune's request. The request to find his stolen stand, for which we stand to gain a bowl of salty noodles. And the last request is mine, to find my stolen panties. That bowl of noodles is looking better and better. Let's go, Polly. To the streets. Aren't you enthusiastic? How could I not be? Let's crack these cases, you and me. Guess I might as well get started. Let's see, a hit and run, a stolen stand, and last but not least, stolen panties. Well, no better place to start than the scene of the accident. So this is where Mr. Wright got hit by that car. According to the map, this is the place. What a huge mansion. Apollo, there's a nice-looking lady over there. Let's question her. Okay. I'm a little curious about the park over there, too. That was a really long pause, but I guess we have to transition somehow. Excuse me, can we have a few words with you? You once. Oh wait, what voice do we give her? Quick drink. Okay, so we have a lot of ways we can go with this. We can go with the classic voice that does not match the face. But I don't really want to do that. Let's see. You want something? No, that's not quite right. Let's see. This is always the part where we stop and try to decide what voice we want to give these characters. Or rather, I know what voices I want to give them. I just have to figure out what voice I can give them. But I suppose this is the one character I didn't remember existing, so I didn't actually have a voice planned for them. You want something? No, that doesn't seem quite right. Man, I suppose this is where a virtuoso would be real good at this, huh? Well, we'll go to the next line. Whoa, that husky voice. Why am I suddenly sweating? Okay, husky voice. That's a good place to start at. Can I do husky voice? I mean, I'm doing anime voice, but that's not really husky. Ah, yes, I see. Sort of like that, old womanish. That'll work. That's quite a house you've got there. You must have a lot of money. Oh, money sounds like something my son would call his friends. This is the Kitaki family mansion, little girl. Eh? You, kid with the hair. You want something? Me? No, not a thing. Bye. Apollo, we can't leave without questioning her. What if she knows something? But the Kitaki family. They're the biggest organized crime syndicate in town. If you're going to ask if you're going to... No, I've already forgot the voice. Oh, that's because I needed to burp. Okay. If you're going to ask something, ask it. If you're man enough. What? Right. Oh, no. It's happened again. I started laughing at my own little whisper screams. We'll get through it. Come on. Come on. Stay with me. Don't start laughing at yourself. Yay! Way to whip him into shape, ma'am. Does she know no fear? I'm Plum. I'm Plum. Plum Kitaki, wife of the fourth head of the Kitaki family business. Friends call me Little Plum. I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Oh, we got to do the gulp again. Get the water. I gotta gulp into the microphone. Quick. There we go. I don't know if that was audible, and I'm not going to bother finding out. But it's been done. That's 3 gulps so far. If looks could kill, this woman would be a mass murderer by now. First of all, we gotta examine... Actually, I don't think we do. Does her dialogue have everything we need? It probably does. Anyway, we have some new jams. Pretty good. Little Plum? That's a really cute name for someone so... Yes. Whoa! What is it, Paulo? How about you go through me when talking to her, okay, Trucy? Huh? That seems like a bit of a needless procedure. I'm a lawyer. I live for needless procedures. Oh, little girl, you should know. We're gangsters. Rather, we're Yakuza, and they refuse to localize that word for some reason. This happens in so many games, I don't know why. Gangs. Oh, that means you're the bad guys. Trucy, through me, please. I'm begging you here. The bad guys. I like the sound of that. I'm going to need some warm tea after this. It takes a lot of hard work to protect a family fortune. Things aren't easy as they used to be for us bad guys. So you're saying that business is in a slump? Let's not ask about business if we can help it, please. So there was supposedly a car accident here last night. Of course, you wouldn't know anything about it. Sorry to bother you. Wait. Yes? You're talking about that man, aren't you? The one who flew 30 feet and just walked away? That's my daddy! I should have known. One of our capos thought he'd make a great point man. Capo? point, man. Could you avoid using too much, industry lingo? In any case, it's been nothing but trouble. I've been cleaning up this mess since morning. Bah! Cleaning up this paint? Oh, I didn't have invest. Okay. Was this paint spilled at the time of the accident? It was around 9 last night. I heard a crashing noise and found your father drowning in a sea of paint. So you came to his rescue? You've my husband, the boss, to thank for that. The car that hit your father knocked over this paint, then turned the corner and sped away. We're in the middle of repainting our wall, you see. I'm sure that dragon is glaring at me. Seems unrelated. Come on, Apollo. Come on, Apollo. That was completely unrelated. Also, no, it's not glaring at you. Its pupils are off. But why are you out here cleaning it up? What do you mean? I mean, aren't you a gangster? Don't you have any goons to do your dirty work for you? Please, go through me when you want to. Ah ha 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 ha! Don't be such a stiff lawyer boy. I suppose we gangsters do have a certain image. Yes. But we're community-oriented gangsters, you see. The boss likes to give back to the people, see? How noble of him. I availed myself to the public facilities to get rid of all this garbage. Now there's just the paint on the street to deal with. Public facilities? I wonder if she means that trash can. Now it's time to examine. First of all, I don't see any tire tracks. So, can I, like, swing over right now? I cannot. Well, we'll inspect the paint. There's a paint splashed all over this gate. What a mess. Was this paint knocked over by the car that hit my daddy? That's right. Feh, and I'm left to clean up the mess. If you find whoever did this, bring the scoundrel by, would you? Of course, then you can make them clean up their own mess. Ah ha ha ha! You're cute. Naive, but cute. When I find whoever did this, you can bet I'll be doing some cleaning. There's nothing I dislike so much as a mess. Oh, I wish I could say cool things like that. I'll bet you do. I'd laugh like that if my teeth weren't clattering so hard. I think I should give her a mouth closed laugh. I think that fits her better than the, or considering how I am currently in the state of whisper screaming and whisper shouting, I think it would be better to have her do a closed mouth instead of the big jolly one she has going on. Now, how do I swap it over? The controls are different than the DS game. Oh, how to use right stick. Oh, that's gross. Ah, our next person. Who's that? She's looking at the park. She's pretty. I bet she's a story, you know. There is something about her. Too bad she seems to be in a bit of a rush. Now let's see. Are they going to let me inspect the trash can? Let's find out. There's a big trash can on the way into the park. I guess we could check it out. A detective's life sure is a hard one. I'm an attorney, actually. Huh? 2 pieces of garbage with paint on them. These are slippers. They look like those slippers you get at the hospital. Look at this, Apollo. Doesn't this go in a car? It's a side view mirror. Oh, it's a side view mirror. Looks like it was torn off when it was smacked into something. Or someone. Wait, you don't think... I do. This could be from the car that hit Mr. Wright. Wow, and he took off its mirror? I never knew Daddy was so strong. I only have a room in my pocket for one of these, though. What do you want to take? Our first little, needless time extension. Let's take the, I'll go with the slippers. Slippers for patients at the Maractus Clinic. Okay. Personally, I'm a little more interested in this park. You know what I think? I bet they're filming a movie. Let's go take a look. Maybe we'll see someone famous. Hey, miss, stay out of the park. He got mad at me. Did something happen here, officer? Huh? No, move along. Nothing to see. Why don't you kids go play someplace else? We're not kids and we're not playing. I'm an attorney. Something wrong? Oh, I think I know whose voice this is. I think it's gonna be like a generic young female voice, but which obviously I would need a lot of if I do the rest of this series. But I'm not sure for her specifically what I should do. Detective Sky. We're fine, ma'am. Nothing to report. It is her. Okay. Detective? Now then, time for a bit of backstory for those who don't know. This is Emma Sky. She appears in the bonus chapter added to the first game when it got ported to DS. And she, at the time, was just a 16-year-old, I think. And she's really wanted to be a detective, right? Really into forensics. And the whole gimmick of the chapter, or one of the gimmicks of the chapter, was that she teaches you to actually take fingerprints on all the evidence you find, as well as just the locations, resulting in some very funny interactions. But this is... She never met Apollo, obviously, so this is her returning as an adult, actually a detective now, and also she gets her music from the DS game. It's returned. Oh, I believe it also shows up in the Steam version of the original trilogy, if you want to get that. Yeah, here she is. She also has a very tragic backstory that is detailed in that case. Basically, what was it? I think someone got murdered right in front of her, and she was traumatized by it or something. And solving that murder is the entire bonus case. We'll move on. Detective. Why is she wearing a lab coat? You're hardly one to comment based on how people are dressed. And these kids are curiosity seekers, ma'am. They claim to be lawyers. Why don't you kids run along and play someplace else? Look, we're not... Or I might spill something on that pretty face of yours. Want a dose of experimental hydrox... Okay. Let's see if I can read this in one take. Hydroxyacetylinodostrace? Nah, I didn't really get that. It's fine. I'm not great at chemical names anyways. Come again? What's hydroxy stuff? Whatever it is, it doesn't sound good. Let's go, Trucy. Try to keep out the riffraff if you would. Yes, ma'am. Notably, Miss Sky was not that high and mighty or self-important in the original game. So for anyone who does recognize her, this is a bit of a shock. But I feel like I should stop commenting on her for now. We'll get to more of her later. How are we gonna get more information like this? Why don't we ask that nice woman across the street? Oh yes, that nice woman. The gulp! The gulp! Get the water, get the water. Fourth audible gulp. I feel like that one was especially audible, considering how much it shot up my little audio meter. Let's go. It feels so weird moving around with the right stick. Now, then... Oh, okay, nothing for the slippers. How odd. In that case, we'll swap out for the mirror. Yep, swap it out. Oh man, I think this initial investigation is going to be quite long. Based on how things are going so far. Not Roman. Can you tell me anything about this mirror? That's probably from the car that knocked the fellow across the street. Right, that makes this a valuable clue. Let me know if you find that car, would you? You splash Kitaki paint, you pay the price. Okay, nothing important there. Anything to say? People Park, there we go. Can I ask you a question? What? What happened in the park across the street? Oh, yes, quite the commotion. Chicago lightning, as the boss would say. Chicago, huh? Gunfire. Someone was killed. Strange circumstances, too. Does anyone say Chicago lightning these days? I don't think so. I feel it makes us a bit dated, but, you know, I suppose everything, most things I'm interested in are a bit dated at this point. 2030 is closer to now than 2000. I know I fumble my words there, but that's just how distraught I am. You're kidding. What a morning. Trouble everywhere. The park, the gates, even our house. Did something happen at your house too? A crime without honor, without remorse. It's a private matter. Want to hear about it? Somehow I don't think no is an acceptable answer, Polly. So, what happened at your house? Bloomers, last night. Eh? You got a bad feeling about this. Me, little Plum Kitaki, the victim of a panty snatcher. What? So it wasn't just my panties that were stolen? Got to you too, did they? Poor thing. Like I said, whoever did this is a hardened criminal. It wasn't you, was it? No, of course not. Mercy. I've heard word that panties have been disappearing lately. And the missing panties all have something in common. It's hard to imagine Trucy's and Miss Kitaki's panties have much in common. I just imagine Miss Kitaki's panties. Oh, fifth audible gulp. Ah, I must have missed some in the first chapter. I don't, considering how many have been showing up now. That was a bad one. Or maybe there wasn't that many in the first chapter. Who knows? I don't, and I'm not going to review the footage until many, probably weeks have passed. I know, we'll find your bloomers too. Great. Show me what you're made of. What have you gotten me into this time, Trucy? Yeah, new character. That girl from before. Oh, welcome home, sweetie. Hello, Mother. She's a Kitaki too? Hey, miss. Here, our flyer. The Right Anything Agency. Anything Agency? Yeah, you know. Do you like the new flyer? I butchered that. It's fine. So, this is our defense attorney, Mr. Apollo Justice. Attorney. Drop by our office. We'll be waiting. Goodbye. Can you... Yeah, I think my voice is getting through the mic like that. I'm speaking really softly, trying to make her distinct from the other characters. Why did you give her a flyer? I don't know. She seemed like she could use some help. She's the heiress to a gangster dynasty. She doesn't need our help. She's a heiress to a gangster dynasty. She doesn't need our help. Yeah, I feel like Apollo would say dynasty instead of dynasty. We'll go with that. I wouldn't be so sure. Now then, let's go grab the slippers back. Since I feel it will be more important. Now then, let's inspect the old lady. Looks like there's some trouble by the park gate. I smell an incident. Ma'am, there's no entry to the park. Now, don't you tell me where I can't go, young fella. I always walk through this park on my way home. Please, get down from there. You'll hurt yourself, ma'am. That's quite the determined old lady. Okay, now we need to inspect our slippers here. Because yes, just as I recall. Paint on the bottom with a leaf. I don't remember the leaf, but I do remember the paint. The bottom is covered with paint. Huh? What is this weird shape here? It looks like a leaf was stuck to the bottom when the wearer stepped in some yellow paint. So the outline was left when the leaf was removed. I got some paint on my hand. Apollo? I saw you try to wipe your hand on my cape. And I think that's all we need to know about. Yep. Now, we'll see if she has anything to say about it. Nope. In that case, it's time to move to the scene of the stand theft. No. And vote. And dog. I think those are the only notable things here. Even then, that's not extremely, like, relevant to the plot. So, what's this place? This would be Mr. Eldoon's house, silly. Oh, so this is where his stand was stolen from. I can see a piece of evidence lying on the ground already. Oh, I didn't even notice that. There was a little bowl down there. Hey! Look, there's a police car parked over there. You're right. What's with the sparkly entrance? What is this place, a hospital? There's a sign. Maractus Clinic. Oh, that's where the thief went. The thief? The one who snatched my panties. He ran into this clinic last night. Wait, maybe that police car is here to find... Oh. Wait, maybe that police car is here to find my panties. I doubt it. Well, there's only one way to be sure. Let's investigate. Ah, you there, Sonny. How's this guy? Well, you find anything yet? No, not yet. The longer you loaf around here, the saltier your bowl gets. Just remember that. This bowl of noodles is sounding less like payment and more like punishment. Let's examine first. Yeah, check this little bowl down here. Is this yours, Mr. Eldoon? Hey, there's the heart and soul of Eldoon's noodles. The bowl absorbs my salty soup. Pretty soon it's gonna taste just like the noodles. Wow, does it smell like noodles? All my other bowls got taken away with the stand. Get it back for me, sonny boy, I'm begging ya. Sounds like his bowls are not glazed, which is not good. Let's check out that bowl. I don't think the logo is important, is it? Oh, look, I love these little personal touches. Seems a shame to hide it on the bottom of the bowl. Huh? When I touched the paint, it flaked off. He must have painted it on on hand. But he must have painted it on by hand with warm, professional care. After buying the cheapest paint he could find with cold professional thrift. Wait, if the bowl is presumably unglazed because it's absorbing the taste of the noodles, how is the paint not sticking? Okay, maybe the outside of the bowl is glazed and the inside isn't. Perfectly designed to torture anyone who comes by. Not like physically torture them with the bowl, but, with extreme saltiness of 1,000 years of noodles, or 15 years specifically. 15 generations of noodle just soaking in to the bowl. You probably wouldn't even have any bowl left at that point. It'd be just the glaze. And I don't think I need to check the one on the top, too. It's the Eldoon Noodles mascot. Mr. Salty. He's so cute. It's not very endearing mascot, is it? Come to think of it, it looks a lot like you, Apollo, especially the red parts. Can I help it if I like red? I think that's all. Nothing especially important for now. I don't think... well, it'll probably be important later. And let's go back to examining. Let's check out the rest of this place. Looks like they have a special offer going on. 3 shots for the price of 1. Ooh, another chance, Apollo. Chance for what? I don't need any shots, thank you. Whoever runs this clinic, they seem pretty business-minded. I'd understand if there was an ambulance outside, but a police car? Maybe they're tax evaders. Ah, sorry, miss. No going into the clinic today. Has something happened? Huh? Oh no, nothing to see here. Move along. You'll have to find someplace else to play doctor. Do we look the right age to be playing doctor? How old am I? Let's check. I don't show up here. I'm assuming I am at 24 at least. We need a little more info out of this Maractus clinic. We could ask Mr. Eldoon. He is their neighbor and all. And we should check out that garage. What if the thief who stole my panties is still in there? Maybe I should have brought the mirror. The doorway sure is sparkly. The Maractus Clinic, huh? Looks more like a casino parlor than a hospital. It must be quite profitable. Funny, it looks closed. Maybe they're on vacation today. I think we're supposed to do this dialogue first. Now, it's time to speak with Mr. Eldoon himself. So, your stand, Eldoon's Noodles, was it? Aye, passed down from father to son. That stand's seen its share of salt, So it runs in the family, you might say. I bet high blood pressure does, too. So, your stand, Eldoon's Noodle, was stolen? Oh, it wasn't just the stand that was stolen, sonny boy. I lost those wobbly wheels, my salt-crusted stew pot, my stained sign. I didn't just lose a stand, I lost a legend. No one steals a legend and gets away with it on my watch. Let's find that legend, Apollo. Isn't it about time you bought a new one anyway? Are there any more details you can give me about the stand? You bet, sonny boy. It happened last night. I was blowing my whistle like always. Crying in the town I was. The smell of broth filled the streets, thick and salty. I got home, well, right before 10 p.m. I reckon. Guess he's not aiming for late-night market. I washed my bowls and gave the wheels a squirt of grease. Then I went inside. When did you notice it had been stolen? Early this morning, before the sun rose. Work starts early. Do that many people eat noodles for breakfast? I'm washed up on the salty shores of ruination. That stand had my whole life in it. Nay, my whole being. They took everything? All my soup stock, my noodles, my bowls, and all my dreams. At least they left one bowl. Look, there on the ground. If you don't find that stand today, then I'll be forced to walk the streets peddling that bowl. My last bowl. Please, I am under enough pressure here as it is. And that's it. That's where the thief who snatched my panties ran to. It's a crying shame, that is. If they have to steal, making my loincloth, not some pretty girl's panties. That garage, right. You don't think the thieves live here, do you? Feh. I wouldn't put it past that good-for-nothing doctor. Do I detect a little animosity here? Let's make sure to check out the garage thoroughly. Hey, do you think something happened next door? There's a police car up front. Feh, probably gave someone food poisoning, I'll bet. If anyone's at risk of getting someone food poisoning. That police car got here this morning, actually. I asked what they were up to, but they wouldn't even tell me, the neighbor. Feh. Not that I was surprised much. That doctor works for the wrong crowd. It was just a matter of time before he got what was coming to him. Feh. The wrong crowd? Never mind. Oh, water time, water time. Never you mind about that. Now then. Let's present these slippers. Nope, nothing. Okay. In that case, let's see, can we move into the garage? Yep, let's go. This is the place. This is where that penny snatcher ran. Are you sure? Maybe. Let's take a look for clues. Clues to a panty snatching. Clues like a pair of panties. Jersey, could you try not saying panties so many times? What's the matter, Apollo? A little uncomfortable? Well, first things first, let's grab this. There's something about this car. Let's take a closer look. Of course, the muffler has something in it. It always does. Especially once MS Sky is involved. That reminds me. I once wrote a record of a case that Mr. Wright worked on many years ago. Ah, look, they actually are referencing it. This is a reference to that, the bonus trial, once again. I suppose the bonus trial is probably the last thing to come out, but Phoenix Wright related before this game. Unless the Edgeworth spin-offs came out first. Which they might have, but the second one didn't get released into the United States until... Or rather, didn't get released anywhere out of Japan until recently, I believe. Anyway, so we'll probably be expecting a lot of references to it this trial. Maybe they'll get over it by next one, when we're used to all the characters. Apparently, there was this car with a piece of cloth shoved into the tailpipe. The piece of cloth turned out to be a vital clue to solving the case. Wow! I remember that case record whenever I'm checking out this car. And I always check at the tailpipe. I did not read that right. Let's keep going. Everyone's gotta have a hobby, I guess. Wouldn't it be funny if... Hey! There's something in there. What? Wait a second. Are these your... Ah! My panties! I voice cracked there when I was trying to do a whisper scream. At least I didn't laugh to myself. What? Already? Wow, thank you, Apollo. You're a genius. Amazing! No, really, don't mention it. No, I'm serious. I'm really impressed. You must have a nose for finding girls' panties. What's this little song? I don't remember this. I like this one. Wonder when it gets used. Is it just like a Trucy's theme, maybe? I guess we haven't had a scene with her where she has her own song, because if we had the Kitaki Mansion theme, no really music for this, like the Senate investigation music, the agency music. I'm stumbling over my words here, but I guess this probably is Trucy's theme. What are those? My little panties, of course. They come home to Mama. I can't wait to use them. You're gonna put them on? Now? Watch closely now. See? Nothing in the panties. Ta-da! Whoa, where'd that come from? How'd the pole get in your panties? My panties are an extra-dimensional space. Anything can fit in there. I'm like a fourth dimension. I'm like a little robot cat with a fourth dimensional pocket. They're my magic panties. It's one of my best tricks. Magic panties? They love them over at the Wonder Bar. I do shows there nightly. You know, I'm surprised that that's... I mean, I guess it's all about the showmanship, really. But I'm surprised a simple trick as that is the most popular one. I have a couple of trick hats myself. Actually, I think I threw most of them away. They had holes in them that weren't supposed to be there. I should have one left, though. Well, we'll move on. You mean those panties are a prop? You could have told me that a little sooner. And there we go. Well, that's one case closed, at least. What are you saying? We still have to catch the Slidell that ran off with the tool of my trade. Oh, right. Something tells me we're not finished searching this garage anyway. Let's see, what do we got here? Phone? Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. We should bring it to him later. I did not voice her properly there. Let's check the phone and the record real quick. Is the clock stopped? Or is it still going? Look at this cute little watch strap. I want one. It's kind of odd, though. What is it? I mean, if you wanted to know the time, you could just look at the phone itself. Hey, you're right. Sharp, Apollo. Thanks. Finally, some respect. So, what does it tell you? Well, the owner of this phone doesn't think through details, that's for one. They did drop their phone after all. I kind of figured they were a little spacey already. Oh, good point. Is this a slide or a flip? It looks like it looks like it might be a slide to me. Yeah, it looks like probably. Can I hit any buttons? No. Alright. Actually, you know what? This definitely could be a flip. I just realized. Oh, yeah, that's the camera. No, because in the camera... Yeah, no, this has to be a slide. Or just as is, but that'd be a bit odd. I don't think I ever saw a model like this. Okay, we'll move on. Check the mirror. Hey, look at that! The mirror's been broken off. Now this is a clue. What? You're smiling like you know something I don't. You aren't giving a clue for me, are you, Polly? A clue? Let's see. I didn't bring it with me. Not that I can think of. No? That's why. Then why were you smiling about? Then what were you smiling about? Oh, I wasn't smiling. I was just... The dust's in here. I thought I was gonna sneeze. Achoo! I can't do a fake sneeze. Or... No, I most certainly can. Not with my sneezes, at least. I most certainly will not induce a real one. That would definitely peak the microphone. Well, don't make it... Wait, I didn't even get to read that. I know yawns are contagious, but sneezes? Well, I'm sure there's gotta be clues somewhere. Let's keep checking things out. Is Apollo allergic to cats, perhaps? And also, Yeah, I did not bring the slippers. Alright, anything else in here? I don't think the cat moves, so we'll go grab the mirror and be back. Nope, I'm not allowed to leave. Oh, or maybe I just hit the wrong button. I probably hit the wrong button. Yeah, there we go. Time to walk all the way back, grab that mirror, because we need to artificially extend the runtime. Which I really don't think they needed. I suppose it also forces us to switch scenes so that the characters can move around. But that's always been sort of a flaw in the series. I originally hoped that they had worked out by this game, considering this was a, you know, all DS original. Obviously, they did not work it out. Now then, time to inspect the car for real this time. Hey, look at that! Oh, we already did this dialogue. Let's see, go through it. Yep. Show evidence. I think I have just the clue you've got in mind. My clue is this. Whoa, it's the same color and size and everything. A perfect match. I guess we could check it out. 2 pieces of garbage with paint on them. Look at this, Apollo. Doesn't this go on a car? It's a side view mirror. Looks like it was torn off when it smacked into something. Or someone. Well, it looks like we've just solved the case. So the car that hit Daddy last night is sitting right in front of us, yep. Wow, you put the pro in professional, Apollo. Gee, thanks, Bertuzzi. Apollo? What is it? Now that we've solved this case, we should go report to Daddy. He'll mope if we leave him alone too long, knowing him. Okay. He doesn't seem the type to mope, though. And this is hardly a case worth reporting. Wait, why did they have us walk and go get the mirror if they're going to force us to do this to scene change anyway? Man. That's the wrong room. There we go. Yo, how's it goes it? Ooh, that sounded weird for me. Probably because I'm repositioning right now. My headphones are on properly. Give me a second. Very important to stretch, get some water. Can't be sedentary too long. If only I follow that advice, like, throughout the day. Daddy, how do you feel? Not bad, Druzy, not bad. It's good to have you young'uns on the case. Let's old Daddy get some well-deserved R&R. The elderly need their rest. Isn't he only 33? Why, Apollo? That is extremely kind of you. Only 33. I do not know. Rather, no one comes to mind that is 33 years old and is called young. Alright, we'll move on. No need to dwell on age. We've cleared up most of the cases. I was right about you. Competent. Capable. Tell me what you found out, if you want to. What sort of voice was that I just gave Phoenix? Confident. Capable. I gave him a commercial voice, that's what I did. Your enthusiasm is overwhelming. Well, I certainly didn't expect you back this early. Polly's amazing. He found my panties so quick, almost like he was the one who stole them. You have an interesting concept of praise. And? Did you find the mad driver who gave me that 30-foot toss? Apparently, it was the doctor from the Maractus Clinic. Maractus, eh? I've heard of him. Nothing good, mind you. That reminds me, a police car was parked outside the clinic. Maybe something happened. What is this Maractus Clinic anyway? All I've heard are the rumors. That clinic's been making good money, in a bad way. Bad? Ties to organized crime. The Kentucky family. The Kitaki family? Kitaki family? He did that on purpose. Some injuries you can't take to a public hospital, see? They used a Maractus Clinic for their patch-up jobs. Interesting. It looked like something had happened in that park. Ah, a body was found there in unusual circumstances. Something more unusual than being dead? It's not our concern, in any case. Right, let's ignore that and find that noodle stand. Whatever happened to be to professional curiosity? I mince my words again. Thanks, really. If I get tired of sleeping, maybe I'll head down to this Maractus place. Maybe hit him up for some reparations. A little legal action would do me some good. I was wondering when I get paid. We solved that case of your accident and, found a missing article of clothing. My pennies! That leaves the noodle stand. Feel free to drop in if you get stuck. I'd be happy to help you with anything not involving money. Goodbye, quid pro quo. Hello, pro bono. You know, I wonder how many people learned that phrase from The Lion King. I most certainly did. I'm referring to quid pro quo, in case you're wondering, not pro bono. Right, back to the office to plan our next move. Ah, here we are. You're the woman from the Kitaki place. Yes. I knew it. Something's the matter and you want our help, right? Well, you've come to the right place. This way, please. Thank you. My name is Alita Tiala. I have a request. Your request? Let me guess. Something's been stolen? Your flyer. It says, now defending, so I thought... What? You mean you want me to defend you? Maybe you can tell us what happened. Were you hit by a car? Did someone steal your stand? Or your panties? No. I'm not the client, actually. The client would be my My fiancé, I suppose you'd call him. Fiancé? What happened to him, then? He was arrested this morning. The charge was murder. Murder? Oh, I mixed all three of their voices there, eh? That's a... I don't think that's happened yet. Have you heard about what happened at the park? So, what's your story? You frequent the Kitaki Mansion, yes? You remember their, organization? No, not yet. Not yet? You see, I'm to be married next month to the boss's son. The boss's son? So he's, ooh, audible gulp, audible gulp, audible gulp. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, that was a good one. A gangster? Yes, but the Gitakis are locally responsible gangsters. I thought it'd be nice for a change. Quit my boring job, live the good gangster life. I think you're onto something. Mrs. Kitaki, I like the sound of that. I'm not sure your daddy would care much for that. What happened? I haven't been told all the details, but I do know a body was found in the park, near the Kitaki mansion. There were a lot of police cars there. Apparently, the victim was shot with a pistol, but I hear the circumstances of the shooting were rather unusual. And your fiancé was arrested for this? Oh, wrong person's voice. And your fiancé was arrested for this? What sort of person is your fiancé? Your fiancé is the Kitaki family's only son, correct? His name's Waki. Waki Kitaki. I brought a photo. Well, that's quite the photo. I know. Oh, he can be powerful and menacing, but so cute. But if he's the boss's only son, yes, I'm sure he'll take this father's place someday. Say, I'm the boss already of this agency. Please help my Waki. Please. Right. My first solo defense case. Crime boss's son or not, I'll prove he's innocent. I prepared a letter of request. I know you need those. Right, let's go check out the scene of the crime. Do I have anything to present to her? I don't believe so. We'll check the phone. Oh, okay, nothing. Nothing about the noodle bowl either? Okay. I don't think anything else is relevant here. What was I about to say? I had something in mind I was going to say. I really don't remember what it was. Come on, think. Remember, don't let it bother you all day. Nope, I don't remember. We're moving on. Ah, my neck. Ooh, motorcycle has arrived. So this is it. My first murder crime scene. Ah, you kid. Ah, it's you kids again. Look, can't you find some other place to play? We're not playing. We're, investigating, aren't we, Apollo? Sir, I have a letter of request here. Letter of... Huh? Why does it say hit request on it? Miss Tiala must have used the Kitaki stationery. Excuse... Oh, who is this? Excuse me, coming through... Ah, it is him. Ah, it's you, Mr. Gavin. Who's this guy? I must say, I'm used to being inspected by the ladies, but this is the first time I felt this way with a man. Mr. Gavin? Flashback, flashback, flashback. Ah, Fräulein, what is a sweet morsel like you doing in such a dismal place? Can I help? Yes, the policeman officer fellow here won't let us in. We even have a letter of request. You must be exhausted standing out here. I will take you to the scene of the crime. Oh, really? By your leave, officer. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Haha, very well. This way, Fräulein. Whee! I'm not exactly sure what this line's supposed to be communicating. I mean, obviously it's excitement, but I don't know what kind of excitement. We'll move on. Hmm. Oh well. Hey, what about me? On that note, enjoy your investigation. Thank you. Will we see you again? Ask the wind, Fräulein. I'll be riding on it. Oh, I'm surprised we didn't get the little air guitar from him this time. Who was that? Me! Apollo! Look! A corpse! What? Hey, it's just a mannequin. Wow, it sure got me. Might I ask exactly what it is you are doing here? Oh, it's you. How did you kids get in here? Oh, this guy, well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Him again. That glamorous fop always getting in my way. Anyway, this scene is off limits. Excuse me, we have a letter of request. One moment. Why is she holding that big magnifying glass? Oh, awkward fade to black, I see. I'd recognize that handwriting anywhere. Scientific analysis says this was written by Alida Tiyala. Thanks. It'll take you 30 minutes to figure that out? So, what's up with the mannequin there? It's taking the place of the body, preserving the scene of the crime as it was found. The body was pulling the stand? So, you're a defense attorney, are you? Detective Emma Skye. I'm in charge of this crime scene. She doesn't seem that happy about it. She doesn't seem that happy about many things. I trust you know how to stay out of the way. I always carry 2 pairs of handcuffs, just in case. Well, I suppose we should start with talking. Detective Skye? Quiet, please. It's snack time. Oh, look at that. She does the audio for us. How nice. Quite a lot. Also, why is she eating at a crime scene? She absolutely should not be doing that. We're not making much progress here. She must be very busy. I never seem to get a lucky break. Back after 9 years and they won't give me the position I requested. And then I had to hear he gave up the defense attorney life. He? Who's he? An ex-defense attorney? I think she's just gonna snack through all of these. Detective Skye? Oh yeah, she is. Okay. Well, in that case, we will get to examining. Yep, same dialogue. In that case, let's examine. Trash can first. Hey there, no messing with the crime scene. But we need to investigate. Investigations are to be carried out by professionals, scientifically. She's not going to let us check out the crime scene, is she? Hey, Apollo. My very unscientific analysis tells me something here is very suspicious. I think I know what you mean. It's kind of hard not to notice. I'd better check out what we came here to find at least. Hey there, no messing with the crime scene. But we need to investigate. Apollo, look, that stand. It says Eldoon. I've noticed. Well, we've solved the case of the missing stand at least. Though the circumstances could be a bit better. I don't think she has anything to say about the dialogue right now. And about the evidence right now. Yep, nothing. Do I just have to go back to our guy? Probably. Yeah, we'll move. Okay, we'll go back. Oh, Mr. Aldoon. Hello? Looks like he left. And we found his stand and everything. What about our free bowl? Oh, that's too bad. We'll have to wait a little longer for that bowl. So sorry. Aw, what a bummer. Alright, maybe Wright has something to say. Ah, you're back. Run into some problems. Oh, Polly didn't want... Oh, Polly, didn't you want to tell Daddy something? Who, me? No, I'm fine, really. What's this? So there is a problem? No, no problem. Actually, I got a defense request. A defense request? That is a problem. Huh? I've given up the court. I'm not a lawyer anymore. The request was for me! Oh, right, right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's doing that on purpose, I know it. So, what about this defense request? It's related to the murder in the People Park, actually. Guess what? We found Mr. Aldoon's noodle stand at the scene of the crime. Did you now? That's unusual indeed. Never heard of a noodle stand being used as a murder weapon. I think the murder weapon was something else. You mean you don't know what the murder weapon was? That funny detective lady won't let us on the scene. Also, we've already been told that it was a pistol. Come on, remember, guys. What kind of detective wears a lab coat anyways? A lab coat? Didn't think she'd be involved with this. You know her? You could say that. So, you know her, don't you? I met her on a case. This was about 10 years ago. She was still a high school student at the time. What? I think I'm slipping into the right voice. I think I'm giving him more and more of a rasp a bit, which is precisely what I'm trying to avoid with him. And then make her about the same age as me. Oh, so Paul is about 25, 26? Alright. That's my daddy. He knows all the police types. Oh, wait, maybe you know that other guy, too. That other guy? That shining prince on the motorcycle. Prince? Apollo, tell me about this prince of Trucy's. Indulge your concern, father. He was at the crime scene. He looked just like Mr. Gavin. Did he now? You know him? My guess is he's Kristoff Gavin's younger brother. His brother? We're acquaintances, after a fashion. Clavier Gavin. Rock and roll, God incarnate. Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. I didn't know Mr. Gavin had a brother. And what was he doing out there? I have a feeling you'll be crossing paths again soon. Now, what was the problem again? Having trouble investigating the crime scene in the park? Yeah, the detective woman won't let us. Go to the office. Under the silk top hat, you'll find a bottle of white powder. Try taking that to the detective. White powder? I hope it's not what I think it is. Just take it to her. It'll be fine, you'll see. Oh, and tell her I said hi. Now, for those of us who are familiar with the DS port of the first game, or the trilogy on Steam, you likely already know what this powder is. And we also know that a long, probably a long tutorial is about to come up, teaching us how to use it. Because it is, I forget, was it aluminum dust? Well, the point is we're going to be using it to take fingerprints, I believe. And we will be going through the tutorial right now. We're not stopping yet. I'll see how far I can get in one sitting. But I will be stopping once we get to the trial that comes about. So, this must be the silk top hat Mr. Wright mentioned. Let's take a closer look. Huh? Whoa! You know what this is, Trucy? I remember finding some in Daddy's dresser when I was little. I thought it was sugar, so I licked it. He got mad at me. This is getting more and more suspicious. White powder. Oh, alright, let's see. Let's go talk to that detective. She's sure to know what the white powder is. Can I inspect it? I can, but I cannot read the bottle, so it is useless to me. Until I go to Sky. Oh, the detention center was there. I didn't even notice until just now. I'll have to do that at some point, too. This is great music. It's a shame that the trial where it originated from is plagued by that one scene. Anyone who played it knows. I'm not gonna bother explaining. It's so repetitive, to say the least. Not that repetitive games aren't necessarily bad. I mean, I'm probably gonna play one of the Nier games at some point, and those are known for the repetition. But at least the repetition is good most of the time. Now then, presenting the powder. Does this ring any bells? Ah, is that? It couldn't. Where did you get that? I brought it from the office. You work at Right & Co. law offices, yes? Yeah, sort of. Detective Sky? How do you know my daddy? Daddy? I'm sorry, who did you say you were? Trucy Wright, Phoenix Wright's daughter. What? Mr. Wright has a daughter? Wait, I've completely, given up on her voice for a second. I'll try to get back into it. You seem shocked. Well, if you're Mr. Wright's daughter and you're his apprentice, then I'm available to help you in any way I can. Oh, thanks. You can start by not calling me Mr. Wright's apprentice. This powder is used for detecting fingerprints. Fingerprints? I guess you might call it a memento from the time I spent with Mr. Wright. White powder memories. If you find any evidence with fingerprints on it, please let me know. We'll test for prints. Well, she's quite eager beaver all of a sudden. It's time to examine. And this is Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand, obviously. It does say Eldoon in big letters, doesn't it? And that mark on his paper lantern there looks familiar. It's going to be a little weird telling him what with the corpse and all. Anyway, that wraps up 3 of our cases. That's right, congratulations, Apollo. And leaves us with 1 case that's worse than all 3 put together. Murder. This mannequin is dressed up to look like a police officer. I've seen one at the station. A mannequin in place of a body. The body of the victim has already been removed. Do you think the victim was the noodle stand thief? What, do you think someone killed him because he stole it? Yeah. Taking care of business, Little Plum Kitaki style. Try not to sound too eager about that, please. Trash can. They're always suspicious. There's got to be a good clue or 2 around here. You and your trash cans, go ahead and knock yourself out. Please, can't you see I'm doing my... Huh? Look! A pair of underwear! Wow, Apollo, you're a genius at finding panties. Stop saying that. Wait, these aren't... They're not mine. Could these have been stolen too? Blue tarps have been placed on the ground around the stand. Apollo, I bet the victim was going to have a picnic here. I guess he could have eaten all the noodles he wanted. Don't touch those. Those are preserving the crime scene. Oh, I guess the police put these tarps here after all. Can't inspect... Oh, I can inspect this. Knife on the ground. It's a knife. A shiv, to be precise. Ooh, lingo. The defendant, Waki Kitaki, is a son of known gangsters. The police are assuming this belongs to him. Wait, but wasn't the murder weapon a pistol? Huh? Look at this. There's a handprint on the shiv. A handprint? Then there might be a fingerprint. Let's investigate. Ah, tutorial time. First, choose the fingerprint you want to examine. Oh, give me a moment. There we go. Quick, back so fast I didn't even need to put the break time up. Choose a fingerprint. Look closely at the handle. See, there's more than one fingerprint here. Those black spots? That's right. Pick the one you want to analyze. Well, the most clear one is probably this very dark, obvious spot. I hate trying to... Oh my... They did not improve this camera at all from the DS. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right, let's get detecting. Wow, she's practically glowing with excitement. First, sprinkle some aluminum powder on over the print. With the press of A, like this, see? The oil left by the print absorbs the aluminum powder, so you just dust it on. And blow it off. Blow? It's like whistling. You know how to whistle, don't you? Just use Y and... Wow, amazing! It's like magic! Isn't it, though? Right, let's give this a shot. I believe you had to use an actual microphone like to blow into it on the DS, and that's why they're talking like this. I suppose I could double check. I still have it. I got a digital copy. I don't think they had a physical copy of this game, actually. Alright, let's go. Incidentally, it's important to cover the entire fingerprint with the powder. Yes, this is how you do prints in this game. Oh, I can't go below the brown bar. The brown bar most certainly was not there in the DS, because this was a touchscreen. And I think this should be enough. But you never know with these things, so you might as well just keep going. There we go, that should be enough. There we go. Good. Clear. Quite impressive. Next, to match the print. The police office has samples so you can tell whose finger the print belongs to. That doesn't sound like as much fun as actually finding the print. Okay, pick the person whose print you think this is. You probably have a good idea of whose knife this is already. Oh, I haven't even met Maractus yet and he's already showed up. I did not expect that. Well, we're going to say it's Waki, who we also have not met yet. Wrong button. Oh, I can actually view the fingerprint. Oh, well, it's off. It's Waki. Yeah. Match found. So, the fingerprints do belong to the defendant. Yes, isn't it amazing? Ah, the power of science. It's my life. Apollo, she's sparkling. And I'm dimming. Look sharp, spirits up. The real fight is yet to come. Chin up, Chin up, Polly. The trial hasn't even started and I'm already losing. Talking time. The report came in late last night. The body was found much as you see it now. Except it was a real body. But why? Why was a body pulling a noodle stand? If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't still be here. Well, what was the cause of death? A bullet wound to the temple. He was shot by a pistol. A pistol? Not the easiest thing to come by in this day and age. Okay, we're leaning on the Japan side of the legal spectrum for this chapter, instead of the American side. Got it. Unless you're a cop or a gangster. Incidentally, the victim's name was Pal Maractus. I just received the autopsy report, in fact. Oh, I guess we don't meet Pal Maractus, do we? He's dead. Huh. I did not remember that. Anyways, 10 p.m., single bullet to the right temple. Got it. I mean, really, what's up with this case? It's enough to make me want to run off, pulling a mysterious noodle stand behind me. Not so mysterious, actually. We should tell her, Apollo. After all, we know where this stand came from. A likely story. I didn't come here to play games, you know. Actually, we do know where the noodle stand came from. The noodle stand's owner is... Guy Eldoon. Who's this old guy? This is the proprietor of Eldoon's Noodles, Mr. Eldoon himself. He's famous in this part of town. Not bad, Mr. Wright. Oh, not bad. I guess Mr. Wright picked the right kids for the job. That saved me a lot of work. Thanks. Hold on. Emma, how old are you in this game? You are the same age, if not slightly younger, than Apollo here. Actually, I guess I don't know your birthdays, so I guess you could be older by a few months, but you guys are about the same age. But I suppose I do the same thing. Alright, yep. We'll put it aside. That saved me a lot of work. Thanks. What sort of person was the victim anyway? You mean what did he do? He was a doctor. A doctor? I'm starting to see a connection here. Who? Me? I'm just a supervisor for this crime scene. Detective Sky. I was out of the country for a while. I came back to be a forensic scientist. Oh, were you studying abroad? Something like that. I was studying in Europe. Forensic sciences, mind you. But when I got back here, they threw me in criminal affairs, just like that. Why didn't you just become a forensics expert in Europe? Well, I suppose that was an option, but I had a lot of favors to repay to people back here. Favors? Wasn't she in high school when she left? What? What's that look for? I was involved in an incident before I left, and Mr. Wright and his people helped me out. I owed them. Really? I had no idea. If she's been out of the country for a while, she probably doesn't know about Mr. Wright's current, state of affairs. Could you tell us a bit about the defendant? He's the only son of the Kitaki family, yes? Waki Kitaki. I don't know if he is the boss's son, but he's certainly throwing his weight around. Violently, in the detention center. I see. Why was he arrested in the first place? You are a defense attorney, aren't you? You're not his, by any chance? Actually, yes, I am. Well, we have a witness to the moment of the crime. The witness called the police. They'll be testifying during the trial tomorrow. What? Could you tell us a bit more about the victim? Well, let's see. Apparently he's a physician at the clinic in the area. Quite well off, too, from the sound of it. The clinic's name is the Maractus Clinic. Maybe that's why the cop car was parked there? What? You've been to the clinic? Yeah, though on a related issue. Right. Get the intonation right. I told the detective about the case about the stolen noodle stand. I see. Now that means Dr. Maractus stole the stand and pulled it all the way here? That would seem to be the case. But why? Don't ask me. So, have you met the defendant? No. Visiting hours are almost over at the detention center. You might think about wrapping up here and heading over. Good idea. I don't know what good it will do, but we have a witness and a knife with a prince. Have I mentioned I've got a bad feeling about this? Don't worry, it's like a right tradition. Man, back to back bad deliveries. It's fine. We are almost over with this section of the chapter. Some traditions I can live without. Let's see, can we grab the slippers while I'm here? Or is it too late? You aren't going to search the trash. I don't think we need to. Oh no, please, knock yourself out. Don't mind me, I'll be waiting over here. Just so we're clear, searching through trash isn't a hobby of mine, okay? Okay, it's too late for that. Ooh, look at this. I think this is new art for the detention center. Not compared to the original DS game, but like compared to the trilogy of Phoenix Wright. Or maybe it is the same. The only thing that looks different really to me is the window bars, but I guess I could just be misremembering since it was on the DS screen. I'm sorry, meeting hours for the day are all done. But we still have 3 minutes. I'll put in your request, but don't expect anything. The father's talking in the private room with him. The father? You mean like a priest? I mean the suspect's father, Mr. Winfred Big Winsky Tucky himself. Not someone I care to meet. Die, you! You're the one on your way out, old... Ah, they're here. Whoa, this guy radiates power. Power? With a cute apron? You Walkie's lawyer? Yes, sir. Well, I'm Big Wins Kentucky, fourth head of the Kentucky family. Capiche? Actually, I came to speak to your son. Mr. Justice? Yes? My son's innocent. He killed no one. If he were found guilty, it wouldn't be good. Capiche? Yes! I'm all about capiching. Capiche loud and clear. You gotta do more than just understand to make it. You'll learn, though. Even if the lesson comes at the end of your short life. I don't feel so good. What's the big idea, old man? You can't treat me like a kid no more. Not now. You know, I wanted to go to the Clink. I like it here. You must be Walkie? A G's not a G till he does hard time, Bazooey. Yes, this is one of the other things I don't like about this trial. This character. Now, he's not a bad character per se, but he is an eyesore. And that really got on my nerves back when I played it for some reason. I don't know why. I'm quite fine with it now, but I do still think he looks terrible. And you'll see, when I get out of here, things will change. Silence. My apologies, Mr. Justice. He's usually such a nice boy. Forgive me if I have a hard time believing that. Oh, I know. It's probably just that his type of, not character, but like the person that he's supposed to be, just is upsetting to me. You can't take me under your wing this time, old man. You heard me. I don't need no trial. I did it. I think that's enough for today, Mr. Justice. Don't let me down tomorrow. So much for talking to our client. But we made so much progress today. We even found my panties. I had fun at least. Of course, the biggest mystery of all remains. How am I supposed to build a case for the trial? Oh, almost forgot. It's time for my show. Tonight I'm performing at the Wonder Bar. You should come check it out. To be continued. That's right, we've finally made it not only to the end of this section, but to the end of the stream. That's right. We're ending here today. I don't have any plans to keep going. Oh, look, the timestamp is different now. I think last time it was off by quite a lot. Well, it does not matter. The point is, we've done it. We've reached the end of the day. So, once again, I have forgotten to make an end card. Or rather, I was going to, and I decided that I didn't want one, because I'd rather just do a cold closing. So, instead of lingering on, even though I would certainly like to, I'll save the chit-chat for some other time. You know, whenever we are playing a game that does not require my constant speaking. I know, perhaps we'll do a Splatoon stream soon. We do need a break between all of this. We're not going to be, like, binging the entire series. Yes, that sounds good to me. And so, with that being said, this is Seeker the Scuffed. Thank you for tuning in, and I am signing off.